to buy or not to buy. Well, I got you this helping of a gameplay to show you how good this tank is, and I'm gonna let you know in the end, is this tank worth it? But after all, it's your own money and you spend your money the way that you want. Well, since I am the fastest tank in this matchup, I'm gonna rush to this position because this tank does have actually quite of a good camouflage, so you can sit through some bushes and just spot. So I'm just gonna pre-aim on this side and just wait. The WT comes up, but sadly I move on the wrong time. I spot the 60 TP, he gives us another chance. I'm gonna put one in his side. But to be honest with you, I was hoping for a little ammo rack. Like, come on RNG, wouldn't you make me happy? Give me an ammo rack. The 100 is trying to show my teammate I'm gonna put one in his side, but I could never nearly match the side of the E100 because this tank had quite of a poor penetration. The AMX M4 is being a greedy player, but I'm gonna punish him for that. I'm gonna put 2 shells on his side, but the E100 want revenge. He's looking at me right now. Somehow I bounce an E100 shell bit. My tank is not made to bounce such a huge caliber. That was just a lucky bounce. But right now I am not pushing the AMX M4. I'm putting my eyes on the E100 because he's harassing my teammates, and this is why this tank is so good. It's made for flanking, not for holding positions, not for sniping, just for flanking. And that's what I'm gonna do. He's harassing my teammate. I'm gonna run into him, put another one in his shell. He's focusing me right now. That's exactly what I want. Right now my teammates could push some shells into him. I'm gonna put one in his side. He's about to shoot me. I fall back. I'm gonna stay behind this little train and keep wiggling left and right, distracting the E100. I notice on the minimap there is a WT behind me. That's why I'm just gonna take my chances and run away from that position because I really do not want the WT to put a heat shell on my back. And I'm gonna do what I did in the first place, flank the E100 again, because for some reason my teammates are not pushing the E100, even they have some HP and I don't, but that's okay. I am an AMX 30B and I'm a really fast tank. The E100 would never catch up with me. I'm gonna put one drive from his side, and sir, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna drive under your gun. Yeah, just like that. Thank you. I'm gonna drive under your gun, put one in his side, and as I said, this tank have a really weak penetration, so I can't overmatch the size of the E100. I'm gonna put one in his back. The leopard shoot at me. He hits the ground with the shell, but I'm not gonna whiff it. I'm gonna put one in his side. My teammate put one in his side, and that we're gonna make him one shot. So I'm just gonna fully push him, commit to the push, and be the ultimate speedy medium tank. I'm gonna put one in him, and I'm just gonna keep circling this WT, distracting him for not shooting my teammate, so my teammate could have a fair fight with the other medium. I'm gonna try to support him. As you're about to see, that supporting is not gonna go very well for me. I'm gonna try to put shell on the E6 side, and the shell goes somehow a little too much to the left. It even leaves the blue side. I'm gonna try to put another one into him, and that does not penetrate. And this is why this tank really sucks. Well, you could say that it's kinda as well my fault, which is, I agree, I could have aimed better on the weak points of that tank, but both of my thumbs were injured due to toxic chemicals, and I could have not moved my finger any more to the right side because that's where my injury is, and I was like sitting on the edge of my phone trying to suck up the pain and get a better shot, but it wasn't to be. But spoilers, luckily my 60 TP clutches that much and get us the win, and we get a victory with a 3rd class 2800 damage. I could have showed you a better gameplay than this, but it is just the same thing over and over. This is how you play the AMX 30B. You can't play any way than this. It's just a flanking tank. You're just a supporting tank. The only way that you could get a mastery on this tank is just, for example, if you got lucky and the enemy team did not focus you. Like, they were just so focused on doing damage to the other tanks, and they just completely ignored you. Because this tank is not made for holddowns, and I'm gonna show you why. The only armor that you have on this tank is your gun manlet. As you can see, the gun manlet is not even that big. Even if you want to go a hold down position, look at that cupola on the top right of the tank. Yeah, it's so big. Everyone can hit that weak point from miles away. So going a hold down is not a good option either. But now the big question, is the AMX 30B worth buying? No, don't get me wrong, it's an amazing tank. I'm absolutely in love with how fast this tank is. It's basically a light tank with some armor, but I really do not think it's worth 17,000 gold, because this tank is not meant for holding out. It's not as much as competitive as the T22, for example, or the Object 907, or even the T62A from the tech tree Russian medium tanks. Those tanks are more competitive than the AMX 30B, because those tanks at least could hold down in a position, could keep the front line stable, keep push the enemy back. This one can't, because it doesn't have that frontal armor. Even on the turret, there are some tanks in fact can go through your gunman like very easily, like the Yuguru, the FV, the FV405, the Object. Multiple tanks can go through your gunmanlet like nothing. Even if they can't go through your gunmanlet, they can shoot your huge cupola. So is it worth buying? I do not think so. There is multiple better options with 17k gold, so I would suggest you to hold your money. But if you want to buy it, it's your own money. Do whatever you want with it. But now I'm going to show you how to properly equip this tank. You want to get enhanced gun line, because you always moving at full speed. You just want to sit around for like a second or half a second so you can just aim your shot and shoot and run away. So enhanced gun line is an amazing for a faster aiming time. You're going to get a vertical stabilizer because you're always going to go max speed, so you want to keep the bloom controlled while running away and shooting. You're going to get a defense system because, as you can see, the cupola of this tank is huge and your commander is going to get shut down multiple times. You're going to get enhanced line because the front armor of the AMX 30B is not that bad. You can pull up some miracle bounces, so who knows, maybe you get lucky and bounce a shell or two. Now last but not least, we left the most complicated at the end. Should you get a gun rammer or calibrated shell? As you can see in the replay, the penetration of this tank is incredibly poor. So I think you should get a calibrated shell, but I personally prefer to have a better DPM because this tank is meant for flanking anyway. You're meant to get behind the enemy line and not at the front. But let's say even if you're forced to stay at the front of the enemy line, it's kind of rough, so this is totally up to you.